everybody. I'm BJ Flagg.
And I'm Rich G, and this is episode 337, Getting Past Your Money Fears. Oh boy.
Richard.
We should do this at Halloween, money
I
fears.
know this was much better for Halloween. Oh my gosh. It's so weird because every Tuesday we dive into these, strategies and mindsets to help small business and entrepreneurs thrive. This topic is one of the scariest
Yeah.
and it hits you right away too. You had the cushy job. You left corporate, you had a fantastic idea, you got the funding. Yeah, this is what hits you right away.
Yeah.
So I'm psyched that we're going to talk about trying to tackle this topic that hits home so close to everybody.
Yeah, people are scared sometimes. It almost paralyzes them when it comes to
Yes.
money. And they don't think logically. Like I had a client who had a salesperson for his business, and his salesperson has been selling. And he was paying him a lot of money, like $15,000 a month, like 150K a year,
Yeah.
to sell. And the guy hasn't sold for the last 2 to 3 months. And he said, I don't know what to do. I said, here's something. Why don't you let him go? And suddenly you're saving $15,000 a month. And he's just like, he never thought of it that way. He was just like, oh my God, I never thought. Because when
Yeah.
we think about money, it sometimes paralyzes us. And
Yeah.
fear around money can cripple the best of us,
Oh, for sure.
affecting our business, our decisions, our growth, and
Everything.
ultimately our success.
Yeah. And it's not just about fear. It's about, what this fear signifies, our mindset. Today I hope that we can just really dive into scarcity and abundance mindset and how shifting your perspective can transform your business and your life. This is my goal. There we go.
Yeah, so let's dive in to what these mindsets really mean. There are two types of mindsets. I'm going to take the first one. It's a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the belief that there will never be enough, whether it's money, clients, success. And I run into these types of businesses all the time, and owners that have this scarcity mindset. It
Yeah.
leads to fear-based decisions and a competitive, cutthroat approach to business. It's not good. It really
Yeah.
isn't good.
Do you do
Yeah,
you
go for
feel that do you feel that they just spiral the wrong way?
it.
Yeah.
I see it a lot in business, in corporate,
Okay.
where a lot of CFOs and
Uh-huh.
their people come from a scarcity mindset
Yeah.
of don't spend money, don't,
Right.
don't, don't.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite. It's like the marketing people and the CEO that are saying, no, we need to spend money to do things and not come from a scarcity, like saving money, firing people,
Right. Right.
closing down buildings, and oh, we don't
Yeah.
need to.
Buying back stock,
Yeah.
yeah, not
So
good. On the flip side of the whole thing, abundance mindset believes that there's plenty out there for everyone and fosters collaboration, innovation, and positive risk taking. So if you were to kind of shift scarcity to abundance, it's amazing. The difference is just amazing.
yeah,
We're going to go over 4 different action items to kind of help you get that leap to happen. And I don't know about you, Rich. I've met these people who live completely in an abundance. They are not scared of competition. They are so open to doing whatever might happen. And they're so creative. They're so creative. And that just gets you excited, don't you think?
yeah, it is, and it's getting you out of that, especially when you're running a business. If you're in a scarcity mindset, you're not opening yourself up to new ideas, new strategies, new things. And so this whole podcast is getting you to make that jump from
Yeah.
that scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset.
Yeah. Well, take
So
us into it.
yeah, our first action item what we want you to do is first acknowledge your fears. I mean,
Yeah.
we all have them. I mean, I'm not saying I'm totally abundant thinking. No, we all have scarcity in our life. We get scared about lots of different things. There are probably lots of parents out there that are scared. Oh my God, how am I going to pay for college? How am I going to do this? And it's like,
That's realism.
there's a great technique for that, by the way. It's like, we'll figure it out. But anyway, we need you to acknowledge your fears. It's okay to be scared.
Yeah.
Fear is a natural response to potential danger. That's, and we run into danger all the time with our businesses. But when it
Yes.
comes to
Fight or flight.
money, we often let unfounded fears dictate our actions. So the first thing we want you to do is write down your fears, okay? Understand where they're coming from. When you write them down, you make them real. And suddenly you see if they're valid, if
Right.
they're,
There are holes in it.
if you're not just playing with yourself. Uh, this
Exactly.
yeah, this simple act can demystify your fears and reduce their power over you. You start to see how crazy the fears are or how irrational the fears are. What do you think,
Right.
DJ?
I completely agree with you. I think writing them down on a piece of paper, putting air on them, they all of a sudden look ridiculous. You look at them and just go, wait a minute, wait a minute. That should not even be a fear. And you scratch that one out, but you begin to own them and control them. So excellent, excellent first action. The second action is educate yourself. Fear often stems from just the unknown, just not knowing what you're, about that topic. And the more you understand about financial management, investing, and economics for your business, the less intimidated you are for everybody. What's amazing is when you go ahead and, like, you've got QuickBooks and you start delving into YouTube videos about what's going on with QuickBooks and you find out everything you can about it, and you ask have an intelligent conversation with your accountant. All of a sudden the accountant talks to you on a different level. So you're just compounding the education that you've been able to develop. I always suggest to do, courses, read books. Back in the day, we would just, oh my gosh, we would follow Fortune, all the different magazines that would help us tackle an issue that perhaps we didn't know about. But even a financial coach, at first you might be able to pay for them once a year. And then next thing you know, you could do two quarterly. Next thing you know, you're doing every month. You have done yourself such a service to be able to stay with the education that you need to run your business.
Yeah, it's true. If you're not first of all, education, knowledge makes you stronger. It'll
Yeah.
get you out of that scarcity mindset. There are a lot of business owners that are afraid to charge more because they put themselves in the place of their customer. And I constantly tell them, you are not your customer. So
Right.
you could charge a lot more, but they're not. They're going like, oh, I don't think they'll take it. And
Yeah.
that kind of scarcity, that kind of fear that they have is unfounded. And so the more that you educate yourself, the more that you have knowledge about what's out there, techniques, tools, how to invest and stuff, the
Yeah.
more abundant thinking you will become.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
So action item number 3 is now reframe your thinking. Okay. So instead of saying, I can't afford this or I can't afford this risk, ask yourself, what can I afford to invest in for growth? Okay. That's the thing. I'm going to spend money, but I'm going to make 2x, 3x, 4x from it. That's how you have to think. This subtle shift in language can help you see opportunities instead of obstacles. Instead of saying, oh, I don't have enough money for that, or I can't afford it, you probably can. And
How
you
can I
need
afford
to
it?
see how to do and make 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x from an
Right.
investment.
Right. And, you know, if you get into that bit of that mindset, it's time to have a lunch with somebody. It's time to start getting out there and talking about what it is that you possibly want to do. And all of a sudden, you've got this rich group of people who are helping you reframe your thoughts. It's the best thing you can possibly do. Action number 4, surround yourself with abundance. And this is something that a lot of people don't realize can change your entire outlook overnight. It just means both in your physical environment and your social circles, you got to start getting out there and networking with people who inspire you, who see the potential in the world and let their mindset influence your mindset. I'm always, don't you have that one friend who you just like, oh my God, you know, oh, I'm having lunch with her on Friday. It's going to be fantastic. You know, you're even setting yourself up, you know, that you know it's going to be great. And that's the type of feeling that you want to have. Also, you don't want to be the negative Nancy. If somebody says, how are you? Well, I'm not doing that good. Ah, they're not going to want to hang out with you, girlfriend. You need to have much more of creating kind of a workspace that reflects the success that you want to achieve. You know, you want to fill it with reminders of abundance and positivity. Everybody jokes about me being very positive. I feel I made a choice. That's what I feel, Rich. I feel I made a choice and I went with abundance.
Yeah.
You could do what you want to do.
BJ and I belong to a networking group. We've talked about it a number of times, BNI. And it's funny how every time we went, we dressed up. I mean, I wore a
Oh,
suit
yeah.
with a
Yeah.
tie, and I was there. And it was amazing to see all these business owners that were just like, you could see in their head they were just coming from an area of scarcity.
Yeah.
They weren't abundant. And what BJ and I tried to do is hang out with the abundant people, you know, the people
Yes.
that were successful. And you saw it in their businesses. They would get referrals and they'd grow. They're opening another location. They're getting more clients. And those are the
Right.
people you want to hang around. You don't want to hang around with the sad sacks.
Oh my
Because
gosh. No, 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 no. And I know one thing Rich does that I'm always totally impressed about is he reaches out to people who he had a curiosity about.
yeah.
And how do they do that? And so he provides to them a coffee time to talk about them. And he listens and he hears, oh, that's how they did it. And I think in our book, that's there you go. There's your abundance for sure.
So shifting from a scarcity to an abundance mindset isn't an overnight process. But
No.
with these action items, and we just want you to try each one, you'll
Yeah.
start to see changes in how you approach your business and your finances. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. Choose abundance, and let's turn those fears into fuel for your success.
Yeah. And hey, if you got a minute, there's a great book out there to pick up. It's called Scarcity. And Sendel Mullitzman and Elder Shefar delivered, they went,
There's our tongue twisters.
those were tongue twisters. Um, they delve into scarcity and how it can mess up your time and your mindset. It creates a distinct psychology for people struggling with managing with less than what they need. But it plays with, you know, business executives like crazy. Knowing and understanding it, you own it. And that is the end of it. So I just absolutely love it. That's it for our episode today. We invite you to share this podcast on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, called X, TikTok with the hashtag the best small business show.
Yeah. And talk about scarcity. Elon Musk went in and bought out Twitter, and he fired like 5/6 of the employees, and he's still running the business fine. It's actually getting better. So
Yeah.
talk about
So
scarcity.
go figure.
Thank you for turning into the best small business show. If this episode has been valuable to you, please subscribe, follow it, and share it with other buddy entrepreneurs who could benefit.
That's it for this week. You can reach out to me at newrenew.com. We love your letters. We love all of your thought-provoking concepts. And Rich at richg.com.
And thanks to our editor and producer, Richard Scalzo. Have an unbelievable week and catch you later.